Up ahead on this edition of GMC The Quest, we get a little too close to the action at the GMC Semifinals. We'll look back at both semifinal games from last Saturday, including an epic showdown between North and East Brunswick and a favored team getting back to the finals. Here on The Quest, we just have one question for you with playoffs approaching. What's our mood?
Let's go!
And welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of GMC The Quest. We brought you inside the palatial studios of NJ College Baseball Nation as we get set to bring you action from the last 7 days in the GMC. Now, everybody knows that GMC is a pitcher-dominated conference. So as we kicked off the semifinal round of the GMC tournament Saturday at Ray Sipperly Field, what better way than to give you the ultimate pitcher's duel of the year. North Brunswick, the 6th seed, was host to number 7 East Brunswick in a battle of the Brunswicks that didn't end until well after 3 hours and 12 innings until one team finally scored the game's first run. Let's take you right to the action. Great pitchers duel for game 1 of the GMC semifinals. Zach Konstantinovsky, the top pitcher in the conference this year for North Brunswick. They're the 6th seed. Mike Marchese, one of the aces for a great East Brunswick staff for the number 7 seed East Brunswick. Not every time you get great pitchers, you get a great pitcher's duel, but this one, well, let's just say it was. Konstantinovsky here in the 2nd inning, he was working on a pitch count on 3 days rest. So was Marchese here in the 3rd. Both pitchers keeping it scoreless in the early going. Marchese hit his pitch count first. Here's his last batter of the game in the 5th inning. He leaves with the K. He leaves with a scoreless tie. Joey Ditzel comes in. Ditzel, the strong lefty for East Brunswick. He'd been sick all week. Still probably not 100%, but obviously going to be a gamer here in the semifinals. Konstantinovsky finishing the 6th, runner on 3rd after Christian Bermuda started the inning with a double, gets the strikeout there to get through the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th, East Brunswick's going to take it around the horn for this 5-4-3 double play to finish the inning. Kyle Anderson in the 7th gets in some trouble. Anderson, the reliever, the sophomore, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. But guess what? After a mound visit, maybe the greatest mound visit ever, gets the strikeout here for out number 1. Anderson then, with the go-ahead run on 3rd, gets the strikeout for out number 2. 2nd and 3rd, 2 out now. Does Anderson get out of his own trouble? Of course he does. Gets the F9 here. We go into extra innings. It's still scoreless. It's the 8th inning now. Here's Ditzel. Ditzel with the off his leg right to the 3rd baseman, the 1-5-3. We wonder here if anyone's ever going to score. Now it's the bottom of the 11th. You know, we haven't had a weird play. Here's a ground ball to 2nd, little runner interference. We're still scoreless. Finally, we go to the 12th. Ditzel tiring at leadoff batter on an error. Another runner on base. 1st and 2nd, no out. To the pen, Aaron Warner. North Brunswick with some small ball gets the runners over to 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And Warner here in relief, trying to get out of trouble. He gets the K, puts 2nd and 3rd, 2 out. Who do you know is up? Zach Konstantinovsky, the pitcher, the starting pitcher, shows that pitchers can rake as well. Here's the game winner. Beats the right fielder. We've got much rejoicing for North Brunswick into the GMC Finals for the first time since 2010. After the game, we talked to Zach Konstantinovsky, the man of the hour.
to come away winning here.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've been in the championship. To be the team that makes it for the first time in a long time, it feels great. Finally it feels better to be on the opposite side of the spectrum, but hopefully take another dub in the championship this year.
You've worked hard on your hitting too. Obviously everybody knows you for the pitching, but to come through there in that spot, what were you looking for?
Fastball, and I got it. I stayed short, tried to just get a little base hit, and did the job.
Tell us about Kyle. I mean, obviously you did a great job, but the game isn't won if he doesn't come in. I mean, right away there was trouble, but to pitch out of it the first inning and then shut him down after.
Yeah, I said before in a couple of interviews that he's a young kid coming in hot weather. Not easy, but he did a job. He's been practicing hard, and it showed today, and I'm happy he's on our team.
Normally you pick up the strikeouts, but I can't imagine you minded those one pitch outs through most of the game.
Not at all. That was the plan. I knew I wasn't going to get a lot of strikeouts today. I just wanted to get outs, pitch as much as I could, led my team to success today, and that's what we did.
Game 2, Woodbridge and St. Joe's lead the GMC in wins. We're wondering what we ever did to Sean Kish. Yeesh, probably a bit too close. Anyway, Donovan Zach on the mound for St. Joe's. Woodbridge hitting him like nobody has all year. Brett Lukacek, one of the top hitters in the GMC, just about a 500 average. He had 2 hits. So did his brother. There's Dean Fiore with a base hit up the middle. Tyler Weber. This team has a number of great sophomores. Dean Fiore, Tyler Weber, 2 of them. Tyler Weber follows with a base hit. Woodbridge with 9 hits, 5 against Zach in 3 innings. Here comes a run. Matt Troche draws the bases loaded walk. Woodbridge on the board. It's a 2-1 St. Joe's lead at that point. But Zach does rally, throws a lot of pitches in his 3 innings, a bit rusty, a long layoff, but gets the big strikeouts when he needs. There's one. Here comes another. Leaves after 3 with a 2-1 lead. Andrew Goldan comes in with 4 strong innings after. St. Joe's on the offensive most of the game. Early on, Robbie Carvelli gets hit by a pitch. Bases loaded, nobody out in the first. They turned that into a couple of runs. Christian Azcona with the ground ball double play. A nice turn, but it is a run for St. Joe's. A wild pitch leads to another. St. Joe's goes on to the big victory. Josiah Brown, 3 hits. Tom Zamiti, 3 hits. Gialusi and Will Ramsey, 2 hits each for St. Joe's. One of the big stars for St. Joe's in the game, Andrew Goldan, 4 innings, 7 Ks. He's 5-0 lifetime with a .24 ERA in GMC action, and we caught up to him the next day for his thoughts. And we are here a day later from the game with Andrew Goldan, who was the man of the hour yesterday. It's GMC tournament time, and it looks like we've got a track record of this being Mr. GMC tournament here. Andrew came in, obviously, through 4 innings in relief, had to deal with the layoff, or not layoff, a kind of a break in the middle of the game. How'd you handle it all and kind of feel good to be back on that field throwing big games?
I mean, it was great being back at that field. Really nice field overall. I mean, a great mound. But with the layoff, with the umpires being switched, I was just antsy to get out there. I mean, I always want to be on that mound, so I was just really fired up to begin with. So with the umpires being changed, it didn't really affect me or my game in any sort of way. I just wanted to get on that mound and show everybody what I got.
I guess it was probably easier in that it wasn't like you had thrown an inning or 2 and then had that long break, right? It was like literally just before you got out on the mound. So that probably helped a little bit, I think.
Right. That was real. That was right when Donovan got taken out, and then I was about to be put in for relief. But and I had only thrown maybe like 2, maybe 3 warm-up pitches before my coaches told me to get into the shade because it was blazing hot out yesterday.
It'll be a while. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. It was a crazy day with the first game taking so long. And, I guess the question then is, North Brunswick now in the final game. You figure probably Zach's going to be pitching for him.
Absolutely.
What do you someday, hopefully Rutgers teammates down the road, but not this Saturday coming up. You see, you're a pitcher, obviously. You see somebody with 100 strikeouts and 1 walk for the season. is that mind-boggling for you as a pitcher?
I mean, as a pitcher, I'm not so worried myself because at least I don't have to face that at the plate. But coming from another pitcher's perspective, that is insane to have, especially coming from a high school pitcher. I mean, 100 strikeouts to a 1 walk ratio, I think, is near perfect of a season to have. And so I give a lot of credit to Zach. And yeah, hope that's a really good thing that we're going to be teammates later on down the line. I'm really
Yeah,
happy for that.
it's like 52 innings in a row without a walk. I can't even imagine, and I'm sure you can't either, what that would be like.
Not even.
No. So GMC finals, right? You guys are trying to be the first team since 08-09 St. Joe's to repeat. And you were, Mr. GMC last year, pitcher of the year, winning pitcher in the championship game. I guess the first question is, what would it mean to you? It's been a crazy year. What would it mean to you to go back to back?
I mean, for me to like have my team able to go back to back, what it means is that it's more so allowing myself knowing that I was able to get my team to this point in the tournament again, and first to win it again reminds me of the seniors last year and how much it made, and how much of it, like when I was a junior, how much it made me feel, and that I was able to give that to my seniors. So I want to have that same feeling, but give it to those guys again. For the seniors, for all of us to be able to have that feeling of winning again back to back is probably going to be a really special feeling. So again, I want to go out the same way that the seniors last year went out.
North Brunswick's obviously a great team, and certainly a great team when Zach's pitching. What do you see about them that is impressive?
Basically, I just see when Zach's on the mound, he's an absolute workhorse. I mean, he just bears down, gets the job done every single time, I feel like, when he's on the mound. And I know every single time Zach's on the mound, it's going to be a pitcher's duel either way. So I feel like no matter how this game goes, it's going to be a low-scoring game. North Brunswick's got a pretty decent hitting lineup as well. So, I mean, it's going to be a really challenging game this upcoming Saturday. So, I mean, I look forward to the challenge.
Yep. Now, last year, you got to do everything except for the final out last year, right? You got 6 and 2/3, and Colin Lehner came in to get the final out. This year there's a chance that, it's going to be obviously you and Donnie, and it seems like you've probably been used in relief more than he has this year. So it's pretty easy to imagine that might be you out there in the 7th inning this time. What would it mean to actually get that out that you didn't get to get last year?
I think it might be passing the torch a little bit, like the role that Colin had last year to me this year. I mean, it's like just knowing that I can end up on the bottom of the dog pile this year instead of more towards the middle, because I remember running out from the dugout last year and trampled by my teammates. But hopefully this year I get to get that final out standing on top of the mound this time.
Definitely. Great game coming up next Saturday, St. Joe's against North Brunswick. We appreciate the time, Andrew, and best of luck.
Thank you for having me.
So that leaves us with this, the GMC Finals, Ray Sipperly Field, the campus of East Brunswick Tech. Showdown between number 1, St. Joseph's of Metuchen, number 6, North Brunswick Township High School Raiders. But don't be fooled, North Brunswick certainly not number 6 when Zach Konstantinovsky is on the mound. He have the 101-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. The Rutgers commit, the junior, the outstanding pitcher of the GMC so far in 2022. Last repeat, St. Joe's going for the first repeat since they last did it. 2008-2009. Most titles in a row won. Edison, 1992 through 95, taking home the title 4 straight years. North Brunswick is looking for its first GMC title. They are a 3-time finalist. They are the team last in the finals in back-to-back years, 2009 and 2010, and we throw that in there because thanks to COVID, South Brunswick is the last team to make the finals 2 straight seasons, but there was a gap in 2020. They were in the finals 2019 and last year. And Andrew Goldan, the possible starter for St. Joe's on Saturday. Certainly we'll see him most likely somewhere in the game. The 2021 MVP winning 3 games along the way. He got the win in game 2 and 3. Could he go for a second straight year of 3 GMC tournament wins? That's our look at the GMC finals. We'll see you out at Ray Sipperly Field Saturday at noon.
Well, a little bit later today, it will all become official. The quest for the crown will kick off in earnest as teams will fight to be one of the 6 NJSIAA Group baseball champions. But thanks to the folks at NJ.com who've been tracking PowerPoints all year long, we have a chance to take a look at what seems to be official or unofficial projections for first round matchups. Again, remember, these are projections only, and teams may change in the final brackets released later today. But given that, let's take a look at what we see coming up next week.
We'll start you off in non-public A South with projections of the first round matchup on May 31st. St. Thomas Aquinas, the co-champs in the GMC Blue Division, heading down to Mercer County to face number 8 Notre Dame. That's a long time back in the parochial days matchup, back in the Bishop R days against Notre Dame, but now it's St. Thomas Aquinas at Notre Dame on May 31st. June 3rd, the second round, the quarterfinals of the non-public A South bracket. St. Joe's of Metuchen, the 2 seed, with a tough first game. Likely Donovan Catholic or Union Catholic, the 7 or 10 seed. Donovan Catholic coming on strong with a number of big wins as of late. And in non-public B North action, the first round game, May 31st, Timothy Christian will host Morris Catholic. That's an 8 versus 9 matchup. Timothy Christian, one of the top teams in the GMC Gold Division this year. Also here, it's the Central Jersey brackets. All public school first round games on June the 1st. Central 4, it's 9 East Brunswick traveling to Freehold Township number 8, and their slugger Ryan Costello Pitt commit. Number 12, South Brunswick, and number 5, North Brunswick. We've already alluded to that being a marquee matchup if we get Joey Tudelmondo against Zach Konstantinovsky in some form, but obviously that remains to be seen with the GMC tournament on Saturday. Rancocas Valley, number 11, will travel up to Old Bridge, gets the 6 seed. Monroe gets the 7 seed. Harrison Lawlin and company taking on Marlboro from down the shore. And in Central Jersey, the Group 3 bracket, Brick Memorial will host JFK Island. They will be making the trip down the shore to face a strong Brick Memorial team. Central Jersey Group 2, the Group 2 bracket. 4 area GMC teams will be playing in the Group 2 bracket. South River hosting Nottingham from down in the Colonial Valley Conference. That's a 5 versus 12 matchup. Julius, the unit, Rosado and company. Julius getting his first taste of NJSIAA state baseball. The Swamp, Spotswood hosting number 11 Manasquan. From the shore to the Swamp, where Casey Comiskey and crew will be ready for the state tournament. EB Tech with the challenge, 15-2, going down to Wall Township and their all-state, all-world Andrew Fisher. Number 10, Bernards will travel to Metuchen. Metuchen getting a first-round home game on June 1st. And in Central 1, Middlesex gets the top seed in an all-GMC first-round matchup against Highland Park. Perth Amboy Tech traveling to Riverside, while South Amboy, the Gold Division champ, will get Palmyra. Then in the North 2 brackets, there are 7 locals playing in the North 2 bracket. Woodbridge gets the number 3 seed. They'll host Newark East Side. Later on in the bracket, they've got a couple of challenging tasks if they can get that far. Looming ahead is number 2 Ridge, one of the state's top 10 teams. But before that, Woodbridge and their young sophomore-oriented or led squad will be facing Newark East Side. JP Stevens, the 10 seed, a tough challenge first round against Bridgewater Raritan. Piscataway at 13, they'll be traveling to number 4 Watchung Hills, a talented squad up in the Skyland Conference. In the Group 3, South Plainfield at Randolph. Randolph, one of the Morris County tournament finalists. Colonia, number 7, they'll get a home game against Cliffside Park. And in North 2, Group 1. Somerset Tech is the 16. They'll be traveling to Dayton, who's played very well as of late, and Dunellen, the 13 seed, another challenge against number 4, David Brearley. Well, it's our final Super 7 regular season rankings of the year in the GMC. As always, it's brought to you by Baseball U North, New Jersey. It's the U in the North for all of your baseball needs. Contact them today for more information. Baseball U North, New Jersey. Our rankings, as we've said all along, you can probably put 2 through 7, put them in a hat, spit them out, and you get a different ranking each week. Well, here's where we are as we head into the GMC Finals. Old Bridge at number 7, Monroe at number 6, and East Brunswick number 5. East Brunswick obviously giving us a fantastic, epic 1-0 game loss in the GMC semifinals, but a great week for East Brunswick and crew. Number 4, Woodbridge. They also battled hard against St. Joseph Metuchen, had a nice run to get to the semifinals. They're a young team. They will be back certainly in 23 and beyond. Middlesex, number 3. North Brunswick, one of the finalists. Number 2, they won that epic game against East Brunswick. They won the Battle of the Brunswicks. And number 1, once again, St. Joseph's of Metuchen. They'll be the favorite going into the game Saturday at 12, but certainly expect another epic final with Zach Konstantinovsky ready to go on full rest for North Brunswick. But that is our Super 7 for this week.
Well, that's all the time we have this week on this week's edition of GMC The Quest. Join us again in 7 days as we preview the first round of the state tournament. We also take a look back at Saturday's GMC championship game between St. Joseph's of Metuchen and North Brunswick. Until then, this is Mike Olshan for our entire Quest News team. We'll see you out at the field and hope you have a great week.